again, everybody. So we have a question here that came in through GoFundMe from a contributor. Thank you very much. This is the second donation this person has sent to me. This comes in from Deborah. And like I said, if you send me a donation to my GoFundMe, you go right to the top of the pile, and I immediately make a video the first opportunity I get. Okay, Ali, this is my second contribution. I love your vids. You've opened my eyes, but this contribution comes with a question, and I hope for a response. I have no contact with my family of origin now for a year and a half. They are dangerous. Let's leave it at that. Couldn't be around them anymore. After 1.5 years, my narc father leaves me a message to call him because my narc mother isn't doing well. Didn't respond. But they got to my children, ages 27 and 30, within an hour. My mother had a heart attack. According to my son, she had a mild heart attack, is in the hospital, and is in good spirits. My father's message was like doom. You need to call me. Like I'm 4 years old and did something wrong. I'm sure they'll blame me for causing her heart problems. So messed up. Either I come in line as the family fuck up and scapegoat, or I'm the cold-hearted bitch who won't come running when dear mother has health problems. It's a no-win. I pray for them, but can do nothing else. They nauseate me. Can't even pretend to want to help them after all this. Not good. Anyway, can you speak to narc parents who have been so damn ridiculous and hurtful and then come back when they need something? You know, this is funny because before I came in to make this video, I was talking to one of my buddies in my chat room, dealing with the near exact thing you're dealing with. Whereas you're the scapegoat and you're just a piece of garbage until they need you. Until they need you to either drop their bullshit guilt on you and get their narc supply and get you in line. I can tell you I was blamed for so much of my parents' marital issues. I was blamed for all of it. No matter what happened, it was my fault. We're only going to therapy because of you. We wouldn't have any problems if it wasn't for you. You know, you're the cause of all our issues. You and your issues are the cause of all the family strife. And you're right. It's a no-win situation. Because if you call, you're going to be told this. And if you don't call, then you're just the unloving child who it's again, you see, you're the problem, they're the problem. You know, her own mother had a heart attack and she doesn't even reply. You can't win. You can't win. So you're doing the right thing by just ignoring it. And the narcissist is always going to make a health situation or any situation seem worse than it always is. Now, you notice how your father approached you. Like you said, like you're 4 years old. No respect for your life, for your adulthood, for what you're doing. You need to call me. I don't need to do shit but pay taxes and die. That's it. I don't need to do anything. Okay? Because if your father or your family had any remorse for any of this, it would come to you like this. Look, I know we've had issues, okay? And we might have disagreements of where they've come from, but your mom's really sick, okay? And I think you should know your mom's really sick. And if they, you know, maybe you can give her a call. And, you know, if you don't want to call her, I understand you're in the position you're in. We're in the position we're in, you know, but I thought you should know. That's not what your father did. And that's not what any of these narcissists do. They come at you because now they think they got a golden ticket and a club to hit you over the head with to regain control. Your own kid said she's fine and she's in good health. She's had a mild heart attack. Okay. Your kids are 27 and 30, which I would imagine, I mean, if you had them at 25, okay, would put you well into your 50s, I would imagine, at minimum. At minimum. So the first thing you got to remember is old people die. Old people get sick. Old people have heart attacks. Okay? You didn't cause that. Okay? So I would imagine your parents have to be at least in their 70s, probably pushing their 80s. And now you're worried in your 50s that you're going to be blamed for causing your mother's heart attack. Please, please. And that just goes to show you what narcissists actually feel about each other. Because this is your father's wife who's been with for, I imagine, over 30, 40 years, right? And he uses your mother's medical condition, having a heart attack, as a golden opportunity to regain control over you. His concern isn't over his wife, isn't over your, what you quote unquote called your mother. It's still looking for the angle to get control over you, your life, your emotions, to guilt you, to whip you in shape, get you in line, and to guilt you into getting them to do whatever you want to do, whatever they want you to do. This is how narcissistic parents operate, because you're not a child to them. You're a possession. You're property. You're no different than an animal, than a dog. They actually, and then what I said in my 2 narcissistic pets video, the last one I just made yesterday, okay, they treat their animals better than they treat their kids, and they don't even treat their animals that way. But I already discussed that in another video. You know, and you can pray for them. I wouldn't even do that, but that's a personal decision. But I would not take the bait. I would not call them. And your children are grown adults. I mean, 27 and 30. I don't know what your relationship is in regards to their grandparents, your parents, but I would really try to ensure that I had a calm, rational conversation with both your children to let them make sure they understand the position you're in and why and what's going on, because your parents, and especially your father, is using your mother's heart attack as just an opportunity to rein you back in and get control over you. And it is ridiculous, and it is hurtful as a grown woman, and I would imagine in her 50s, okay, is still being treated like a 4-year-old. And as your mother sits in the hospital recovering from a mild heart attack, that your father is using this as an opportunity to come at you and to come after you. It's really sad. And when you're the scapegoat, this is just what you're going to have to do. Which is why I say narcissists are terminators. They are programmed to only get their objective goal. Okay? And your father's objective goal is to regain control over you. That's all they understand. That's all he knows how to do. Okay? You're not a cold-hearted. You can say that you're the cold-hearted bitch who won't come running to dear mother. Okay? Well, you put dear mother in quotes, so I imagine you have issues with your mother as well. Okay? She's not a dear mother. You're not a cold-hearted bitch. You have every right to live your life as what's going into your golden years, to live it in peace and harmony with some understanding, without the nonsense of these abusive friggin' parents who are seeing the end of their life now, okay, and are now desperate to get you back into the fold. Because the last thing your father and mother want is to have one of them die and have you not show up at the funeral, which I would recommend you don't anyway, because as I said in another video, death doesn't absolve the narcissist. Okay, just because your mother had a heart attack doesn't absolve her of all the shitty behavior she's perpetrated on you for 50 some odd years minimum. It does not. You have no reason to feel guilty. You have no reason to feel cold-hearted. You have no reason to go running back to her. You are obligated to your parents for nothing. For nothing. So remember that. Have the conversation with your children if you haven't already. Make sure they understand what your perspective is and where you're coming from, and so they're not perceiving you as this cold-hearted woman. okay? Because they might have a different relationship with your kids. Because as we know, the narcissist loves to use your own children against you, okay? This is something narcissistic parents love to do. They love to try to turn your own children against you. So be careful with that and make sure your bases are covered. And they were always going to come back when they need something. And what they need is their narcissistic supply and then their control. What your father did here is absolutely abhorrent and disgusting because he's showing no regard for your mother, for his wife. Okay? He's showing no regard for his wife. He's just using your mother's heart attack for his own needs, which is what narcissists do. It's, you know, it's exactly a textbook definition of They don't give a shit about anybody. About anybody. They will use anybody in anything, in any situation to regain control, to gain their narcissistic supply, and to gain control over your life. So, I hope that helps out. Thank you for your donations. They've been very generous. I really appreciate them. And again, the link to the GoFundMe is in the box. It's over 75% to goal, over 3,800. And again, if you make a donation and you want your story on, just send me the story and you see I'll make a video for you right away, give you my perspective. I hope you liked the video. I hope it helped out. I hope it helps out anybody else who watches this video. Okay, again, this is Ollie Matthews. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you again very shortly. Bye.